OKTAGON 66 ist jetzt Geschichte. Wir waren das erste Mal in Düsseldorf und ich denke, es ist fair, wenn
Octagon
man sagt, dass es für alle
66 is the
Hometown-Kämpfer,
news
für
of the
alle, die aus
past
Düsseldorf und
now.
der Umgebung kommen, sehr, sehr gut gelaufen ist. Deswegen freue ich mich auch, dass
I can say
viel Besuch auf
that
die
the
Pressekonferenz hier nach dem
tournament
Event da
was
ist.
very successful for
Bevor ich
everybody
das
who
Wort an die
comes
Presse
from
übergebe,
Düsseldorf.
würde ich gerne eine
Welcome to
Frage
the
an
press
Tamerlan Bulatov
conference.
stellen.
Before
Also,
I give you
wenn
floor
dein
for your
nächster
questions,
Kampf
here's
auch
a
so kurz
question for
laufen wird,
Tamerlan
dann
Bulatov.
wird das hier aber ein guter Stundenlohn, den du hier für deine
If your
Kämpfe bekommst,
next
oder?
fight is as short
Ganz
as the
gerne
previous two,
Schon
I
irgendwas in
think
Aussicht, oder
I'm
du hast
happy with the
im
way
Vorfeld
things
auch
are
schon zu mir
going.
gesagt, du hast ein bisschen Probleme mit deiner Hand gehabt. Ich
Can we
denke,
look forward
es
to
ist in
another
Ordnung, wenn wir
fight
jetzt drüber
soon?
sprechen, aber vielleicht kannst du uns da ein bisschen was dazu sagen.
And
was
how is
du
your
in den
hand?
letzten Wochen
We know you had
gewählt hast.
problems.
Sehr, sehr gerne, Flip. Ich habe
Can you
mir
tell us what was
den
wrong? Yeah,
Mittelfingerknochen,
gladly.
den Zeigefingerknochen gebrochen und die Sehne ist kaputt. Ich habe jetzt die letzten
I
3 Wochen
broke a
mit meiner Hand
finger.
trainiert, hab nicht gerungen, nicht gesport, nichts, also ging gar nichts wirklich. Hab,
My middle finger was
Octagon auch mir
gone, and
Cortison
index
gespritzt
finger,
und
so I
ich konnte
couldn't
nicht überhaupt noch
box.
mit den Schmerzen
I
klarkommen,
got
hab die
cortisol
Stelle bekommen
shots.
müssen. Und heute Morgen habe ich wieder eine Option
That helped me with the
kurz vorm
pain
Kampf,
and
dass ich,
allowed me to prep
quasi
still.
die Handbetäubung
I also
und,
got another
Hand
shot
halten
before the
konnte.
fight
Das ist
shortly
wirklich
tonight.
gewesen. Ja, dementsprechend, jetzt Donnerstag habe ich den OP-Termin. Dort werde ich operiert.
On Thursday, I'm gonna undergo surgery for that.
Ja, nach dem OP-Termin wieder anfangen mit dem Training.
After
und
the
dann
surgery,
April, Mai,
I'll start
was
my
ergibt,
training
feiern
again.
und dann auch,
Then we'll see what happens and how good it heals.
Okay,
I hope
weil
I'll be back
Tamerlan
in the
aber
cage as
natürlich
soon
nicht
as
der einzige
possible.
Kämpfer heute ist, der einen spektakulären
But because
Kampf
Tamerlan
spektakulär
isn't the
Finish
only
geliefert hat,
fighter
sondern noch einige
tonight, we
weitere, die auch
have
hier sitzen, die
other
jetzt die
great
Fragen an die
finishers
Presse
up here in the panel. Please ask your questions. Question for Hojat Kachevant. When you were walking out, did you feel pressure? Did you feel like you had to perform and give the performance you gave?
Ja, also ich habe keine Lust auf Überstunden im Käfig. Ich suche immer den Finish, egal im Stand oder auf dem Boden.
Of course. I don't like to spend too much time in the cage. It worked well for me. Is there any opponent that you have your eyes set on, or do you want to fight any other people before you get...
Ja, ich habe schon ein paar Mal gesagt, ich würde gern gegen die großen
Yeah,
Gegner
I've said it
fighten.
multiple times.
Also die aus Deutschland, die wollen ja nicht.
I want to
Aber
fight
zum Beispiel
some of the big
Chepo,
names in
Pirat,
Octagon. Chepo,
große Namen, die würde ich kämpfen.
Pirate, somebody who's well known. Do you have any German fighters set on mind?
Ausland.
Mostly international fighters.
Julian, MMA ohne Maske, direkt an euch beide, die Solayas, Soran und Daniel. Wenn jetzt so beide nebeneinander sitzen.
Question
beide
for the
besiegt,
Zelaya
erzählt
brothers.
mal, was geht gerade in eurem Kopf vor? Wie schön ist das?
You both won your matches tonight. How is that feeling? How sweet was that win for you?
Ja, ich sag mal so, ist schon ein geiles Gefühl, Druck war da.
I'll just say this, it's amazing. I felt the
Gute
pressure for
Bodenstange
sure.
Auch zu verdient, war der Druck mehr oder weniger weg. Also,
But I can
ist
say
ein geiles Gefühl. Zugeben, ja.
that when I saw how well my brother did, the pressure fell off me a bit.
Also, für mich war einfach nur wichtig, dass ich einfach nur performe heute.
I also want to say that what was important for me was to perform well tonight. I wanted to show what I can do, and I managed to do that. I also wanted my brother to win.
Du
That was
hast
the
gesagt,
only thing I
vor
cared
der
about.
Pressekonferenz wirst du
Daniel.
in tiefe Gewässer ziehen. Ich würde sagen, das hast du auch gemacht. Erzähl mal, wie lief der Kampf für dich? Lief er genau so?
You said that you were in deep waters with the fight tonight. Was it as you
Nein, ehrlich
expected?
gesagt nicht.
No, not
Ich bin
really.
ganz und gar nicht zufrieden mit meiner Performance.
To be
Einfach aus dem
honest,
Grund, ich bin
I'm
konditionell
not
aber
really
nicht
happy with my performance tonight.
Das war mein erster Weightcut auf 66
I didn't give it
Kilo.
100%.
Meine erste Short Notice angenommen und
It was my
mehr oder weniger
first
am Pace
66 kilo weight cut, and it was
Ich
hard.
mein, ich bin glücklich, dass das
I
Endresultat einfach
just
ein
wasn't
Sieg
as
war.
fit as I was hoping
Der Kampf
to,
hat mir aber sehr viel
but I'm
gezeigt, im
happy it
Endeffekt,
ended up in my
sehr viel aus dem
victory.
Kampf gelernt, vor allem,
The fight
mein
really
Körper auf
showed
den
me who
Weightcut
I
reagiert.
was as well.
Ja, jetzt in Zukunft habe ich auf
I
jeden
also
Fall,
saw how my body
einen
reacted to
guten
the weight
vor mir.
cut.
Ich denke mal, konditionell werde ich auch keine Probleme mehr haben. Ich denke mal, da gehen so Einzelfinishes über die Bühne.
I think as far as my fitness, I'll be doing good.
Dich haben eigentlich im Vorhinein alle abgeschrieben. Jeder Einzelne. Jetzt hast du in der zweiten Runde das Ding gefinisht.
Daniel,
Jetzt ein paar Stunden
you were the
nach
biggest
deinem Finish.
underdog.
Wie geht's dir?
Now you
Was
saw
für Nachrichten bekommst du
we
jetzt
saw a second
gegen
round
das
finish from you.
Sport?
How's that feeling?
Die alte Dame müsse mal langsam ins Bett.
That's right.
Aber es ist
I'm
schon
an
so, dass
older lady, so I have to get to bed
gewinnen
soon.
wird. Jetzt sind alle meine Freunde und wir lieben uns alle. War ja klar so, aber
All my friends are
ich
here.
denke, diejenigen, die da haten wollen, die werden sich
We love each other here.
erste Runde, die können mich ja zerreißen. Die war echt scheiße.
And to all my haters, I showed them what's in me.
Emil, du bist wieder zurück auf der Siegesstraße. Wie viel
Even
Druck
though
war
the
wirklich
first
im
round was
Vorhinein?
shit.
Ich meine, die erste Niederlage hat, glaube ich, sehr
How
wehgetan.
much pressure
Wie
did you
groß
feel?
war der Druck und wie froh bist du jetzt, dass es einfach alles
How big was
in
the
der ersten
pressure on
Runde
you, and how happy are you now?
Ja, geworden ist.
Also ich hatte gar keinen Druck gehabt. Ich hatte eine optimale Vorbereitung gehabt.
There was no pressure on me.
Ja, und okay.
I was ready.
Ja, der Soran hat gewonnen. Dann habe ich gewonnen. Dann
Zoran.
der Daniel, dann der Lom, dann der Tamerlan.
One,
Alle
then I
anderen
did,
haben
then
gewonnen.
Daniel, then Tamerlan.
Wenn der
All
Soran
us
gewonnen hatte,
guys here,
das hat
Lom
mich
Alieskiv
schon
as
so
well.
mehr motiviert. Ich hatte null Druck gehabt. Ich habe das einfach genossen.
And Zoran's win
Die
motivated
Fans
me.
waren krass. Die
I had fun
Atmosphäre
tonight. There was no pressure on me. The fans were incredible, and the atmosphere was quite rambunctious.
können mir gar nichts.
Bruder, du hast nur gewonnen, weil du in Thailand Urlaub gemacht hast.
I don't know the word loss.
Wir haben zusammen Urlaub dort gemacht. Ja.
We had a holiday
Frage an
together.
Tamerlan Dulatov. Tamerlan, Glückwunsch.
Tamerlan, question for you.
Sag mal, was
Congratulations
für
on
ein
your win.
Mindset bist du heute eingelaufen, weil 13.000, 14.000 Zuschauer.
What was your mindset today when you were walking into the cage?
Riesenverantwortung.
There were 14,000 spectators.
Feelings so halt, als du eingelaufen bist.
How
Ich
did
sage
you
dir
feel
ehrlich,
walking
als ich,
in?
mir war ja bewusst, dass ich mit
Walking
einer
out into
kaputten
the
Hand reingehe.
arena.
Jeder, der den Kampf gesehen hat gesehen, Magie hat geshootet. Hätte er nicht
Here's
geshootet,
one
hätte ich
thing I
geshootet.
was
Es
sure
war
of.
gar nicht in Frage gekommen, im Kampf zu
My
bleiben.
hand wasn't in the best condition.
Dementsprechend bin ich da rein und habe mir gedacht, okay, du gehst da jetzt mit einer kaputten Hand rein.
I was not able
Du hast die Hand
to
natürlich in der Hand,
keep
aber
a stand-up fight,
entweder
and
du
I
gehst
knew
jetzt
that
rein
I
und performst,
wasn't able
oder du gehst da
to
jetzt rein und wirst
just
bereuen, dass du da reingegangen bist mit
fight
dieser kaputten Hand. Und für mich war natürlich die
while
erste
standing up.
Option
I knew that I
ganz klar.
had to take it to the
Und,
ground.
wie man gesehen hat, meine Jungs und
But I knew
alle,
I wasn't
die
giving up.
haben mich auch sehr, sehr gut motiviert.
I just said, you go there, and either you'll be happy or you'll feel sorry for even going in there. But either way, I'm gonna give it 100%. And then when I was there was no time for thoughts. I just waited for a little bit for what he was going to do.
Ich glaube,
And then
das
I
war
just
die
wanted to move
schnellste
forward.
Submission überhaupt bei OKTAGON. Hast du schon sofort gespürt, als du ihn
Quickest
gefragt hast, okay,
octagon
du kommst
submission. That's what we saw. Was that what you thought? Did you think that was the end when you caught him? Yeah, people think that I have long octopus hands. And when I get my arms on somebody, they never get out alive. So I close it down on him. And I was thinking he'll either be able to get out or he'll go to sleep.
Frage an Hojat. Hojat,
Question
warum
for
Helmut?
Hojat.
Ja, frag mal Philipp, komm.
Also,
What happened
ich
tonight?
habe es
Why
vorhin
did you
im
ask
Kommentar
Philip?
auch schon erwähnt. Hojat ist ein
I've
sehr
already
engagierter
commented
Typ,
on
der
it.
vor circa-
Hojat
vor gut 10
is
Jahren
a
nach
very
Deutschland kam.
engaged guy.
Und dadurch, weil er so engagiert
10 years
ist
ago,
und
he
eine Wahnsinns
came to
Arbeitsmoral
Germany.
hat er auch sehr, sehr schnell seine deutsche Staatsbürgerschaft bekommen.
And
Sein
because
Ringertrainer
he
hat
is so
damals gesagt,
active,
Hojat, du bist jetzt Deutscher,
he
jetzt brauchst du auch
got
einen deutschen
German
Namen.
citizenship
Und deswegen,
very
wird
quickly.
einfach
And I
Helmut
said,
auch
Hojat,
Helmut
now you're
genannt.
German.
Okay.
And so we'll call you
Punkt Nummer
Helmut.
eins,
So
wir
that's the
wissen,
story
du hast
behind
jetzt auch Gym
Helmut.
gemacht, du arbeitest, Training, Gegnerwechsel. Erzähl mal kurz,
You've been training, you've been working, you founded a gym, you got a short notice different opponent, you have a family to take care of. How do you manage to juggle all those things? It's because I love fighting. I give it my all.
Hat Pascal gefragt, Hojat, willst du das wirklich? Wir sind
When I accepted that fight,
auf unserer Baustelle, das machen wir zusammen. du musst Vollzeit arbeiten, du hast Familie.
I was thinking, do I really want this? There's a lot of things I have to take care of. I have a lot of work. I have a house to take care of. I have a family. But I said, why not? I'll just try to do it.
Dann, glaube ich, geht auch auf jeden Fall klar.
When there's will, there's a way.
Du hast heute spektakulär gewonnen. Glaubst du, wird das für Performance of the Night reichen?
You won in a spectacular way tonight. Do you think it'll be enough for the performance of the night? I definitely
Wir
hope
sind ja
so.
in Düsseldorf. Ja, erstmal Düsseldorfer Jungs gehen voran, ja.
We'll see.
Frage an beide Brüder, Solaya auch. Beide Sieger. Beide
Question for the Solaya brothers
Okay,
again.
wer gibt
You
wem
both
jetzt
won
aus?
tonight.
Einen Sieg? Oder geht ihr irgendwie gemeinsam feiern, essen, frühstücken? Wie verbringt ihr jetzt eine Zeit?
Are you going to be celebrating tonight together? Are you going to have a drink together? Who's inviting who?
Gehört auch oder zu der Familie.
We have a
gehört auch
big, great
mir,
team.
Unser Lohm,
This includes our
die
family,
Coaches drumherum. Also wir werden jetzt nach der
as well as
Pressekonferenz uns
Emir,
was zu essen bestellen
Lomeskiev.
und einfach den Abend zusammen genießen.
We'll just order some food and have a great night together as a team and as a family.
Und wir haben alle zusammen
We
geschwitzt
gave
gehabt.
our all preparing for
Auch
this
die, die
tournament,
gekämpft haben, die waren trotzdem für uns
and we
alle da.
deserve it for sure.
Vorbereitet.
Even those members of our teams who didn't fight deserve to celebrate with us, and thank you.
Schwind. Vielen Dank für die Arbeit, vielen Dank für das Coaching. Ohne Max
Max
glaub ich,
Schwind,
keiner von uns gewonnen.
thanks for coaching. Without you,
Meine letzte Frage von mir an
this
Miss
wouldn't be
Telle.
possible. We wouldn't have won.
Noch eine.
Question for Danielle Misteli, another
Werden
one.
Sie nochmal bei OKTAGON kämpfen?
Will we see you at OKTAGON in the future?
Soweit, aber ich hoffe, es wäre schön, ja.
I haven't given it so much thought, but it would be nice. Yeah, hopefully. Maybe when I'm 50.
Manuel von MMA for Fans, auch Frage an Daniele. Ich habe
Question for Daniel again.
bei deinem Walk-in, viele hatten die Augenbrauen noch
I was looking around the spectators and everyone was very surprised. They were raising their eyebrows when you won. Did you feel the support?
des Gewinns.
Did you feel like the fans are behind you, behind your back? They've got your back?
Mir noch ein bisschen nachgehangen. Die Treffer waren gut. Und ich
Well, I have to say the first round wasn't exactly ideal. Whenever I fight, I don't really see anything around me, what's happening.
während dem Fight, wenn du dann besser wirst, dann wächst
But during the match, during the fight, when it changes slowly, I know that. I know the feeling when I'm an underdog and then, the turntables come and I win.
Sondern du hast gerade gesagt,
A question for Dulatov.
Operationen anstehen. Was
You said that you're going to undergo a surgery.
Veranstaltung, wo du sagst,
Is there any event or any case where you think you could prepare and you would make it there
Dann ist so,
in the future?
ist erstmal Schluss.
I want to fight in Dortmund.
Aber nach der Operation, also ich bin wirklich topfit. Ich habe 12 Wochen
Then
durchtrainiert und dann kam leider
I'll
Corona.
have my
In den
Lund
letzten 3
period,
Wochen.
so I can't do
Und
that.
dementsprechend bin ich
But I've
okay.
had a really good level of fitness in the past weeks. I've had 12-week performance training.
Chillen und danach bin ich wieder im Training. weißt du?
I have an amazing GP in Wuppertal,
Die letzte Phase
so
meiner Vorbereitung durchgezogen mit einer gebrochenen Hand.
definitely 2 to 3 weeks I won't be able to work after my surgery, but I think
Interesse besteht,
it
dann macht
won't
man
be that limiting for me for my match in Dortmund in April.
das hab ich
I want to be there. I want to be in the cage. I don't want to wait for a year. I've done that in the past too often. If you want me in Dortmund, I'll be there.
mal ein bisschen leichter wird jetzt.
Do you think that
Durch diesen schnellen Sieg?
it would be
Glaubst du, wird eben dann noch schwieriger, oder?
Ja, ich bin mir
easier
sicher,
for you
dass
next
das
time?
abgeschreckt hat oder
It would be easier to find an opponent?
Typ. Octagon hat den im Endeffekt unter Vertrag genommen. Ich bin da reingegangen mit einer gebrochenen
Well, I
Hand.
don't know. It's hard to say.
Das war jetzt nicht die Top
I
10
had a
Octagon,
broken finger
aber
going
ich
into
hab
the
gesagt, ich
cage.
arbeite mich langsam hoch,
So
hab
you
eine
see
gehabt.
that I won, even though I had this problem. They're really strong guys, but I'm going up the hierarchy of the Octagon rankings. I'm going
Wenn jemand
up
schlau ist,
and up.
der kämpfen
And
wollen,
if I have a title
ich hoffe
fight
nur, wir
tomorrow,
können
I'm
das
not going to say
dafür
no.
versuchen, weil ich kann verstehen, dass niemand in meiner
I just hope that
Bilanzklasse
we will
kämpfen möchte.
try to find my opponent a bit sooner for my next fight than now.
Und dementsprechend
I don't want to risk anything. I don't want to risk ruining the rankings. It's also good for my motivation. It can be demotivating if I ruin someone else's ranking last minute. A question for Daniel Solaya. At the press conference, you said that you don't have a problem going to the ground and fighting on the ground, and you showed that you were dominating the fight. Was it your game plan? Was it worth your training, your practice sessions? Yes, I've been practicing with Lom Ali Eskiev. I think that he's the best 66K fighter in Germany, so I'm practicing with the best. When you're that deep in the waters every day, you're really prepared, you're really well prepared. I haven't seen my opponent as that strong one. It was nowhere near Lom Ali Eskiev. He's out of their league. A question for Hojat Kachevant. You had the first part of your preparation in 111 gym. That was also the Dulatov gym for the brothers. Were there any sparring sessions? Did it have an influence? Yes, we had some training sessions, practice sessions together in 111 gym, but Rayombo wasn't there. I think you're wrong, Hojat wasn't there, so we actually haven't met. Philip? Is there any plan for Octagon to come back to Düsseldorf? Because the atmosphere was amazing. How does it look? Well, all events are clear for this year, but after the atmosphere tonight, after the fights tonight, it would make no sense not to come back. It was amazing. We have a great bases here, we've got great fighters here who create this atmosphere. And it is necessary to appreciate, to honor this atmosphere, what they've shown. What those guys did tonight, their performance was amazing. Your preparation was based in Thailand. I know that you also had a very eventful personal life. Does it help you to focus a bit more on your next fights, on your upcoming fights, and can we expect something similar? For the first time, I had no problems training from the start. Many people know that I have shift work and I work full time. In the last 2 prep sessions, they didn't really go as planned, and well, when it comes to the match, I had to go to the hospital because of my immunity system. I always have some hiccups during my preparation. I try to practice 2 to 3 times a day, then I got my full-time job. I also have my personal life. So the mental toll is actually quite huge. I don't earn as much in MMA to make it for a living, so I have to work. I have a family. I have to take care of my wife. So we'll see. Maybe there can be a sponsor and then I don't have to work full-time anymore. Well, you're crazy. Tamerlan, a question for you. Tamerlan Dulatov, you had a 12-week prep plan. You were also injured. I think it was also difficult for you mentally. The question is, what's your reward after this hard period? Well, definitely, it was difficult for me mentally. I had this injury, as I said, and I also felt huge pressure. My older brother, Islam, is in the UFC, and I think everyone wanted me to perform as well as he does. You know, one has to be really strong and they have to perform well and then maybe admit to their weaknesses after the match. But to be honest, I always focus on myself. I'm here at Octagon. I'm not a UFC fighter. My brother's life is different from mine, and I'm here at Octagon now. I'm grateful for being here. And what's my reward? I'll go to Malaga, I'll have a week holiday,
Vielleicht muss ich mich auch.
I wanted to go somewhere where it's sunny, but unlike Hojat, I don't have a German passport. So hopefully I'll get a German name, maybe Torsten, something really German. That would be great. I want to be Torsten Dulatov. Well, I'll try to get a German passport, definitely, but for now, I'll go to Malaga. What was the name again? Helmut, Hojat is Helmut, and Torsten is Tamerlan. Maybe you're gonna have a holiday together.
Thomas von RTL. Eine Frage an Daniele. Du hast schon viel über deinen Kampf jetzt über den Abend geredet.
A question for Danielle.
Wie stolz macht dich dieser Sieg eigentlich selbst?
How proud are you of your victory? Well, that's actually my weakness. It's over for me now. I'm really happy to go home after this. Even failures, I've always, checked it off my list and went on. That's the past. The past is the past, and I move on. I'm happy to have won, but it's not that big for me now.
Yeah, Fedi from Tunisia. I have a question from Daniel. What is the most important time you take it in the cage? The hardest situation you have?
My condition, actually. I was fighting with myself, not with my opponent. To be honest, he wasn't dangerous at all. I was fighting with myself, with my condition, and like in the fight, I had a point. I was serious suffering, and I was thinking, fuck, I cannot do it anymore. I was close to puke, but in the end, I was like, no, I'm not giving up, so I will fuck him up, and take the victory home. He was 5-0, now he's 5-1, so easy, man. I'm open for everything, so yeah.
Okay. And how long take time for prepare for this?
For this fight?
Yeah, for this fight.
Man, I can fight next week again. So I prepare for this fight. Well, fight camp was 8 weeks, but I'm in fight camp all day, all night. So we're training every day, twice a day.
Okay, good. Thanks.
You're welcome, bro.
Hi, Kiro von Kitchen Ups. Frage an Soran. Wir haben ja vorhin geredet. Du warst nervöser, weil dein Bruder gekämpft hat. Jetzt wart ihr beide auf der Fight Card.
Question for Zoran. Your brother was also on the fight card. How did it feel for you to be on the same fight card, to be in the same training sessions? Was it easier or harder to cut weight, for example? I think it was really nice to be on the same card as my brother. It's beautiful, actually. We were both very happy when we ended up on the same fight card because it was a huge motivation for us. The whole team was actually on the same fight card. We shared the good moments, but also the bad moments. We prepared for the weight cut, so that was a great experience. Everyone showed a great performance. Well, you just drank coconut water in Thailand and had massages, so that was your preparation? Well, you see, it worked.
War geil. Also jederzeit wieder OKTAGON, wenn ihr wollt. Nächstes Event in Dortmund.
How was it for you? It was great for me as well. I would love to come to the OKTAGON cage again. I would love to fight in Dortmund. Solaya brothers, they will destroy everyone. A question for Tamerlan. We texted in the past, and I knew that you had some problems with your hand, but I didn't want to, ask that many questions. The community asked about your hand. They asked how you felt. I know that you're going to undergo a surgery. How long do you think you'll have to recover? As I said, I have a surgery this week, and if it goes well, I was told that it will only take 8 days for me to start training again. I can't give hits with this hand, but I'll be able to have different types of training, so I won't move or postpone anything. No matter where I fly, I'll take my training gear, because without training, I can't live. I'm training all the time. I'm in my preparation session all the time. During the Land season, during Ramadan, that is an important part of my life. So, of course, I would like to fight in Dortmund, and if Octagon wants that as well, then I'm ready for that. I don't want to just stop MMA for 3 months. So if someone if there is a free spot, I'll be ready for Dortmund. Great. Good luck.
Hallo. Ich bin der Gian, Ex-Fußballprofi und ein guter Freund von Jihad Akipa. Ich habe keine Frage. Ich möchte euch allen vom Herzen was sagen. Also ich finde das wirklich mit allem Respekt. Ich weiß, wie das ist, Leistungssportler sein ist. Und ihr wisst gar nicht, wie viele Leute euch zuschauen, wie viele vor allem jüngere Menschen euch zuschauen. Und einer kommt vor 10 Jahren, 2 Brüder, Tamala ist jung, eine ältere Dame. Und ihr wisst gar nicht, was für einen Mut ihr den Menschen da draußen
We can see Tamerlan, the brother of Islam Dulatov, 2 brothers, Solaya brothers, or also Daniel, and we can say older fighter, and she's a great icon. So I want to just express my respect.
Wenn es keine weiteren Fragen mehr gibt, dann kommen wir gleich zum zweiten Teil.
If there are no further questions, we will move to the second part of the press conference, but I have a little thing to tell you. I want to thank Kennedy Rayomba. He was the opponent of Hojat Kajavand. There's so many fighters who pretend to be someone they're not. Kennedy Rayomba came here. He didn't even know if he would fight. He made weight, he was ready, but he didn't know if he would fight. So really, I just want to express my respect, and I want to see him again in the cage for Octagon. Another question? Well, what about the bonus? Well, bonus will be announced by Andrzej Novotny. Well, tell Andrzej that he should divide the bonus amongst all the fighters. Everyone should get a share.
Ja, aber Helmut ist, glaube ich, auch ein heißer Kandidat. Also wir werden
Yeah, well, I think Helmut should also get a part of that. He should also get the bonus.
Ich wäre voll dabei, ohne Scheiß. Oder 5 für jeden.
Well, I wouldn't mind. I think it would be great. You know, I would be all for it, but it's not my money.
Okay, also das war's mit dem ersten Teil.
Okay, well, that was the first part of this press conference. We will move to the second part. We'll just have a short break, and then we'll have the second part of this press conference. You will hear Andrzej and Pavel as usual.
Nach den nächsten Kämpfen stattfinden, wenn alle Vorrundenkämpfe vom Tipsport Gamechanger stattgefunden haben. Aber seid auf jeden Fall auf der Hut. Es geht.
We will also see the matchmaking for the further Tipsport Gamechanger matches. So be ready. And you will see us definitely in Germany.
Octagon is bringing the much-anticipated battle for the flyweight championship title to Třinec.
And again, I said it.
Featuring 2 of Europe's greatest MMA flyweight fighters going head-to-head.
And the shot's coming. Oh, his head is out.
Flyweight champion Sam Creasy.
This is not an MMA fight. This is sci-fi.
And the seemingly unstoppable Division #1, Benno Adamia. 6-time champion and Octagon legend David Kozma will return to his place of birth. 9 months after his battle at the Eden Arena, he has a chance to open up a new pathway to recapture the throne. But his opponent wants to send him crashing down. Will Robert Pukac destroy his dreams? Or will Pink Panther gain a much-anticipated victory? 3 fights in the opening round of the 3rd season of the Tipsport Gamechanger tournament. Milos Petrashek will defend Czech soil against British champion Mick Stanton. In a clash between North and South, former interim champion Vavazhirniak will go head-to-head with the man with iron fists, Marek Mazuk.
This is unreal.
And the Greek warrior, Andreas Michaelides, will face off against South African debutant, grappling expert, Mark Hoom. Experience Europe's greatest MMA League of Champions. Octagon 67, Creasy vs Adamia. February 22nd, Work Arena, Třinec. Watch live on octagon.tv. world champions and their emotional stories. An electric atmosphere. An unforgettable experience. OKTAGON MMA.
Guten Abend, good evening everyone. Welcome on the second part of the press conference after OKTAGON 66. And yeah, it was a great tournament with great fights. We are happy that we want to say thank you to all people who came here, create an amazing atmosphere and push these crazy guys to the amazing fights. One of the best that maybe I remember. We opened this year with a very, very nice event and started Tipsport Gamechanger in a great style. So thank you to you all to be part of it. And the bonus of the evening will go to
Tipsport performance of the night goes to Dennis Elbay. I mean, it's for Dennis, not for you, Papa. Yeah? Don't take his mana, Papa. Okay, okay.
Just one thing. Can I say it in German?
Sure.
Ich habe ja gesagt, dass ich das Fight-Outfit von mir für ein Waisenhaus
I said that my jersey will be auctioned off for an orphanage, and everybody who donates 10 euros will do their part to give money to the orphanage. And you will be entered into a raffle, and I'll give 500 extra euros out of my own money.
First question, guys. Okay, so we will get also 500. If you are giving 500 and
the next 100 cheeseburger are on my neck, okay?
Okay, okay.
So find the McDonald's and then
first question.
First question. McDonald's? Beef pull noise.
Sorry, beef pull noise, yes.
Manchester Sport. First question for Karim. Karim, is there any fighter from the Tipsport Gamechanger roster which you would like to face in the quarterfinals? Any particular?
They asked me in the cage the same. I told there are a lot of strong guys, you know. I have no choice. Andre or the guys are looking for my next opponent.
You are often told as a great striker, you are champion, but previous meant to be challenger is Mati Peña sitting next to you. Is he the big challenge you want to face? Someone who would fire instead up with you?
Also ich sag mal auf Deutsch wieder, kann ich besser erklären. Natürlich, er ist ein starker Mann. Also jetzt jede Runde, jeder der jetzt weiterkommt, der ist brandgefährlich.
Of course he's very strong. In every next round there will be somebody who is a devastating opponent. And so I think any name on that roster would be a challenge.
Another question for Paulo. Kamil jumped over the fence after the fight and talked to you. What did he say?
He said, like, I had 1 day for this to prepare, and I fought your champion. That was his words, like.
Yes, hello, everybody. I have only 6 weeks to my first fight. Give me 6 week notice. I accept this fight, but I don't have time fly to Florida or to Kilcliff. I stay in Poland. I train with Mateusz Lis and with Michael Oleksiejczuk and Cezary Oleksiejczuk team. I have only 6 weeks and prepared for wrestler, you know, every day working wrestling defense. Now 10, maybe 1 day before give me very good striker, you know, this guy is one of the best outside UFC. Have negotiation with this guy long, but I accept this fight because if I go to fight, I go to win, you know. No go to lose or money something. I go to win. Today I want to win this fight. I'm very sad because I don't show this what I want, but I have only 1 day and change different opponent. I jump. I say to boss, I'm fighting with champion 3 rounds, and this I think this is close fight, you know. Maybe he win a round, but I think first round is for me. But respect for him, he is champion. But maybe brother, couples fight and rematch.
Ja, ich möchte auch was dazu sagen. Er sagt, er hatte einen Tag. Ich war letzte Woche noch todkrank, was keiner wusste. Ich wollte wirklich den Kampf absagen. Ich konnte nicht mehr die
Last
Treppe
week,
hochlaufen.
I was completely dead. I was sick. I couldn't even walk up the stairs. So I was getting ready for a completely different fighter. I've been in the same situation, and it was worse for me because for me, making weight was so hard. You had nothing to lose. I respect you for taking on the challenge because you took on the champion. And if there's anybody who had anything to lose, it was me. I got a new opponent. I was under pressure. I was sick. The whole time I kept thinking, do I even walk out? But then I thought, let's do it. I can do it. We're MMA fighters and we have to give it our all. There is no making excuses. We have to take things in stride. And both of us were in the same situation.
Yeah, yes, respect, but I have to lose, brother, because I lose fight, you know. I want every time win fight, you know. I put my record in table, you know. I know I don't want lose. I hate lose, you know, but I have lose, okay. Respect, but I think boss give me a couple fight, I go up ranking and maybe rematch in future.
Hey, sorry, ich habe noch was vergessen. Letzte Woche noch beim Sparring habe ich mir einen Haarriss im Knochen zugezogen. Das kam auch noch dazu. Die letzte Woche war Horror für mich. Deswegen jetzt kann meine Hand kaum.
I also had a broken finger, a tiny fracture. That's why it was hard this time. But this is a tough sport, and that's a part of it.
Question for Lom Ali. Lom Ali, does this fight mean that you deserve the fight with Lozan Keita? Do you feel like it's enough?
Also generell finde ich habe genug getan.
Generally, I think I gave it enough.
Generell.
If there's anything else I have to prove, give me another fight. I'll show you what's in me. But that's generally speaking. Before I came to Octagon, I was in a different organization. Keita walked up to me. He was training with me. We went out to lunch together. And then suddenly, I started fighting at Octagon. We did talk about it, we congratulated each other, we wished each other luck. And if I walked up to him right now and challenged him, it wouldn't be right to do for me. It wouldn't be right because yesterday we ate together, and with me changing organizations, can I just go and tell him I want to fight him? That wouldn't be fair. If he wants to fight me, I'm ready, because I can fight anybody. But I don't want to challenge him. We have a good relationship, and I don't want to ruin it. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Also wir können ja erstmal Interimstitel 70 Kilo machen.
Perhaps.
Oder sonst was.
We could look at the interim title first. And then if Keita wants, I can face off against him.
Thank you. And last from me for Matěj Peňaz. Matěj, is there anybody particular who you do want to face in the quarterfinals, and when do you want to come back?
No, I don't have particular name for the next fight, but I'm happy that I was fighting like first fight of the tournament, and now I can watch all the other fighters. We will see who will continue in the tournament, and I think it will be a little bit about luck. We will see about the loss, about the numbers. I think all the fighters in the tournament have their qualities. Somebody is more wrestler, somebody is more striker. And I'm looking forward for my next opponent. And yeah, that's all.
I will just mention the rules. Yeah, the rules are that all the winners from the first round will pick the numbers, and they will make a draw. It will be in Karlovy Vary, April 26. There will be all the winners: Kerim, Matěj, all the other guys from other tournaments. First, they will be pick the numbers, and based on these numbers from 1 to 8, they will go to the table and they will pick their spot in the tournament. So it's in their hands now. So we will see. Another 6 fights will be in Třinec, February 22, and the last 3 will be in Karlovy Vary, April 26. Then the second round, the quarterfinals, will be most likely in between 2 tournaments in June.
Is the Eden motivation for you to come there where you're supposed to be last year?
Absolutely. It's also one of the questions for Ondra that I would like to fight in Eden, because 14 days after Eden we have wedding, so it will be perfect before the wedding, not after the wedding, because I want to enjoy the wedding and
maybe
some
the
celebrations.
other tournaments is 14 days after the Eden. So
okay.
I would not plan the wedding until the end of the April.
But it's already booked, already paid.
It's not my problem.
So it means it will be Eden.
So you have to be lucky in in the draw and pick Eden.
Thank you.
Don't thank me for your wedding.
So, Jakub von MMA ohne Maske. Erste Frage an Kerim Engisek. Kerim, erstmal Glückwunsch zum deinen Sieg.
Question for Kerim Engisek. Kerim, congratulations. The atmosphere when you were fighting, that was amazing. I've seen so many fights, but I have never seen anything like this. I have never seen somebody being supported by both sides in the arena. I knew that that was going to happen. Both Germans and the Turkish people can support me so well. We also won the World Championship. Without my supporters, I would never make it this far. This just shows how great German fans are and how good of an atmosphere they can make. It was great. And I really enjoyed it. How hard was it for you to put your mindset onto a different opponent? As I said, this was a completely different opponent to my original one. And I knew that he is a very complete fighter with a lot of weapons. But I didn't think that he would hit me as hard as he did. That first hit that I received really took me by surprise. But I did need that, actually, because I hadn't felt any pressure, and that first hit woke me up and I knew I had to give it my all. Thankfully, it worked out.
Bei dem letzten Tipsport Gamechanger war der Champion Ronnie Paradiser, der war auch bei dem
in the last Tipsport Gamechanger, Ronnie Paradiser fought in the finals. If you make it to the finals, will you risk your title? I said it last night. This has nothing to do with the title. Tipsport Gamechanger is completely separate from that. They're 2 different things for me.
Nächste Frage an Lom. Lom auch Glückwunsch.
Question for Lom Ali Eskiev. Congratulations. Your opponent was a tough one, and that was a hard win to score, wasn't it? In the first round, he hit you, and you kept touching your face. Was it a big hit, or did he injure you? No, he just made a good hit. I was a bit out of it, to be completely honest. I was foggy, I couldn't see properly, so I had to protect my face after that. When we took it to the ground, I wasn't the best. I had to wait for my mind to clear and to be able to see properly. But then I took charge once again. Question for David Zavada. David, you didn't score a win against Maciej Peñas, but for the first 4 minutes, everything went your way. Why didn't it work today?
Ja, genau, also wie du sagst, von außen betrachtet haben die Leute
Yeah,
auch gesagt,
there
ich war
was a
für.
couple mistakes that I made.
Mate war schwer, ich muss sagen, am
People
Käfig
who
macht
saw
eine
it
gute Arbeit, hat eine gute
on the
Defense.
outside
Es
told
war
me
nicht
that
leicht, ihn
I
runterzukriegen,
was
aber es
winning for
war
the first 4 minutes,
mein
but
Ziel,
Maki was
mit
a
ihm
hard
runterzubringen,
opponent.
die Mühe zu machen. Er kam gut
I
raus,
wanted to
hat
take
sich
it to the ground
rausgewählt
and
und ja, hat das in der letzten 40
ruin
Minuten
him
gut
there,
gemacht.
but he was able
Ich
to
habe mich
get
dann wieder
away
auf
from
einen
me, and he ended up being the
Schlagabtausch
better
mit ihm
fighter
eingelassen, weil ich
tonight.
dachte, vielleicht sind seine Arme auch müde
In the
geworden und so
last
weiter und ich muss sagen,
minute,
der schlägt
I
jetzt
got a
nicht sehr,
bit
sehr hart wie zum
hit
Beispiel
by
Magi,
him.
aber
I
er
let him
schlägt sehr,
take
sehr
some punches
präzise und
because I
sauber und
thought
er
that
hat
he would
mich
get
ein,
tired.
zwei Kombi genau
He doesn't hit as hard as Mazuch, but he
und
is
ja,
a
da habe ich
tough
auch aus
guy
dem
and
Mund
he
auch nicht
is a
mehr
precise
gut
guy.
sehen können
He
und
hit my
dann kam
eye.
er weiter halt, hat Blut
I
geleckt.
couldn't see well after
Hat er
that.
gut gemacht, Glückwunsch an ihn. Bei
He
mir
did well
Kopf
and
nicht hängen lassen, es geht weiter,
congratulations.
ist natürlich bitter
It was a
jetzt,
great
heute kann ich
performance.
natürlich nicht lachen, also
For
nicht
me,
froh sein über die
it's
Leistung.
sad. I'm not gonna be laughing tonight. I'm not happy, but I'm not giving up. I'm just gonna move on and move forward. Me and my team have to analyze everything. I'll rest for a bit, but then I'll just keep training. I don't know what the future has in store for me. Perhaps I might be the lucky loser, we'll see. If I do end up coming back, I hope that all of the German base will stand behind me. And I'm not giving up, that's for sure. Dusseldorf had my back. I'm the only one on the Dusseldorf team that lost today, and it's sad, but that's how it is.
Letzte zwei Fragen. Eine ist an Onischuk. Du wusstest, nach 2 Runden liegst du
The last
dahinter.
two
Wie bist du darüber
questions.
informiert?
First, Kamil
Weil in der dritten Runde
Onischuk.
sah es so aus,
After
als
2 rounds,
wüsstest
you
du nicht,
knew
dass du
that
quasi im
you're
Kampf hinterlegst.
being left
Wir haben
behind a
so aus ein
little
paar
bit,
Interviews
but it
vielleicht
seemed that you're not
das
giving up until the very end. How did it feel for you?
You can repeat first part of the question.
Ja. Es war Open Score bei Octagon. Man kann jetzt sehen, nach jeder
It
Runde,
was
wie man
open
liegt. Und du lagst nach 2
scoring
Runden
at Octagon,
2-0.
and you can see the
Und wir haben uns
points, and you
unterhalten
could
mit den Jungs, du
see
wirst vielleicht jetzt Gas geben, wirst vielleicht was
we
ausprobieren, aber es
saw
sah so
maybe that
aus,
you will try
als wüsstest
something.
du
We
nicht
thought you
von
would
deinem Team oder so,
try,
was du
but it looked like you didn't know what the points were.
If be honest, I didn't see this point. I think I win first round, he win second round, but you know he's experienced guy and good counter punching. If I go too much forward, he have good counter, and I must protection myself first time, and after try fight, I try counter him. But maybe this is true. Maybe I know too. Maybe I must be more aggressive. But last my fight, I take short notice. I fly to after Florida to Croatia. I be too much aggressive. I after first round that I lost with guy with I never need lost. But okay, this is like a sport lesson for me. Now I want 3-month camp for one guy prepared win and comeback fight with good guy, because this guy is if world ranking he's good position, He's a good guy.
Okay. Thank you. Letzte Frage an Promoter André und Paul. Wir haben schon ein bisschen im ersten Teil der Pressekonferenz gesprochen über Düsseldorf. Wie zufrieden wart ihr mit Düsseldorf? Komm Octagon nächstes Jahr wieder nach Düsseldorf.
In the first part, you spoke about Düsseldorf. You said that you would come back. Were you happy here? Were you happy how the whole event went? Were there any problems with the stream? Was there any stress for you?
I would say yes, we were super happy. I want to point out the audience here in Germany, how they bought tickets so fast. You see the demand, people really like it, and it's super rewarding. That's what we wanted. We appreciate the love that they are giving to us. So the crowd was amazing, venue is amazing, really beautiful one, and I believe people enjoyed that. They were rewarded with the great fights. And I mean, there was some issues like always on the fight card, the most, but the technical issues was okay. There was a problem with the stream on RTL, which was the RTL Plus, It was like a general problem. Like as far as we know, the all live content on RTL Plus was dead for like 40 minutes. So it was for sure not on our side, but somewhere there was a problem, which is a pity. It happens around 8 p.m. But the people saw the beginnings and they saw the main fights at the end, luckily. But otherwise, no, we are very happy with this event, and definitely Düsseldorf is the new point on the map of OKTAGON.
Ja. Erste Frage für Jihad Akipa.
The first question for Jihad Akipa.
Gekämpft, fand ich. Dein Start bei OKTAGON war etwas
Today you fought. And you fought really in a clever way. You were very determined. I think we saw the new version of Jihad. In the third round, there was a little hiccup on the way, but in the end, you really show your best, and you finished, you delivered, and you won. How did it feel for you? What do you say about your performance? Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for the support. I have to say that I couldn't really get into my flow. My preparation was amazing, it went all well, the weight cut, everything was great, but then I just couldn't find my flow. I was in pain a little bit also during the fight. I had muscle fatigue, and in the first round I almost finished, but I didn't manage to actually deliver the finish. My arm hurt, my elbow hurt. Then I said, I'm going to just, keep pushing and win by decision. I wanted to wait for his weak moment. It's your second victory in a row. The first one was against Dominik Schober. This is another victory for you, so what's coming next for you? Well, that's up for OKTAGON to decide. But I want to come back to the cage as soon as possible. I'm fit, I'm healthy, maybe a Dortmund or maybe a rematch. Rematch with Bonner. For me, that was a really painful loss that time, so everything is possible. The next question for Kerim Engizek. Kerim, I felt today, I felt when I was observing your match, when I was looking at you, that you maybe have some problems with middle kicks. So how are you doing health-wise? How was your cough? I wasn't injured, nothing big. I just have a little cut on my nose, but otherwise I'm fine. Yeah, I'm great. I'm feeling great. I can fight tomorrow again. The next question goes.
He was injured before the fight. What are the plans with him? He's an
the next
upcoming
question.
newcomer from Germany. Take on the EMAF tournaments, has a lot of success there. Do you have any plans with him, maybe for Dortmund or in the future? And what do you think of him?
Yeah, for sure. Like once we will know that he's ready, we will put him into the sound card. We got 15 other cards for this year, so there will be plenty of space for him.
But can we expect to see him in Germany for his first fight?
I can promise it. We need also some German fighters in Czech Republic, yeah, and in Slovakia. We will mix it every time. So, because as great can be tournaments in Germany, we got also tournaments in great cities abroad. So, I can promise this to no one.
Then my other question...
Even Christian Eckerlin was fighting in Brno.
Who?
Christian Eckerlin was fighting in Brno, his first fight.
My other question is in relation to Lom Ali Eskev and the potential fight with Lozen Keita. Has Lozen Keita an exit clause in his contract, or may we see the fight, or what is his current situation?
I will not speak with you about his contract. I'm sorry, but I got some deal with him because he need to rest a little bit. We are preparing some special fight with him, I believe. But Lom Ali is definitely close. like he said, he's not even calling him out. So I will wait until he will be a little bit more angry and a little bit more hungry, and he will call him out like crazy, and then it's gonna be the final decision. But maybe interim title, maybe something else. Lom Ali was on number 7, as I believe, before this fight. Now he beat really dangerous opponent, but also we got really good fighters still in front of him or somewhere around there. So maybe one more special fight from Lom Ali and then title can be something like this. But we are not doing, fights on press conference. So I just said maybe more than I want.
Understand that. Then last question, letzte Frage für David Zawada. David, du hast dich getrennt gehabt vom UFD-Gym, trainierst jetzt viel im MFA-Gym. Fehlt dir momentan so ein bisschen die Konstanz vielleicht auch dort?
Question for David Zawada.
Von dir erwarten in Zukunft hast du vor, jetzt wieder
You're in MFA gym, UFD gym. What can we expect for the future?
Dass die Wege sich getrennt haben.
Yes, it's been a year since I changed my gym. It's not easy to make my training plan, to plan everything. My friend Ilya, he's been of great help. I'm really grateful that I have time, that he schedules everything well. He has a wife, he has a child, and he helps me so much. So thank you, or I would like to thank him. I was in Poland, I can go to Florida, I have a great team there as well, so I've got different options. Look, what I want to do is I want to be with my family as much as possible. But of course, there are the gym guys, my friends whom I keep contact with. They can always help me whenever they have time. When they're in Germany, they can help me. What's coming next? I don't know. We will see what Andra and Pavel have for me, what will be decided. I have to wait for now. But definitely I will be ready, I will keep myself ready and prepared. I'll have a little break, a short break, but then I will go back to training sessions and I won't give up. The next question for Dennis Ilbay. Congratulations for your victory. You said in the cage that you want to get the title. I think that you still need one fight to go. Or do you think that's true? Or do you think that you could go straight to the title fight? Well, what I think is that there is no one who would be sitting here at the table who wouldn't want to have a title fight. Of course, the title is the goal. But there's a long way to reach this goal. I'm ready for anything. I'm hungry for victory. But of course, there's also the managers that decide. I have to talk to them about this. So, a title fight? I think no one would say they don't want to have a title fight. The next question. Why did you decide for this charity event to support this orphanage? I have 3 children. I have also people around me who lost their parents too early on. Also, Kerim is someone who grew up in a child care. So I think that I just want to give back. When you come home and you see your 3 kids and you realize that there's so many kids that can't go to sleep with their parents tucking them to sleep, you just want to change this. You know, you can find an orphanage or a child home and just give them a little bit of money, and you'll do just a small thing to make their lives better. That's something that is just so powerful for me. That's something that I wanted for my 30th birthday, actually, from a friend of mine, and I'm happy that I could actually make this event come true, that I could launch this here at OKTAGON.
Pavel, you had a segment with club representative of Fortuna Düsseldorf, and you sent Kerem to the stadium. Will we see more of these cooperations with football clubs? You're traveling all the big cities in Germany, which have, almost every city has a big football club here, which give these chances to do this. And the follow-up question would be, when you're so satisfied with the event today, and you had the representative of the club Fortuna Düsseldorf, which have a stadium where you can close the roof, would that be a possible venue for the future?
Like the first part of the question, yes, sure. Like not just football, but we know that football is a religion here in Germany, and definitely it makes sense everywhere we go to make the activations, collaborations with the big clubs. We appreciate what they are doing, their fans, and I think it's a great way how to bring the fans closer to our fighters and heroes and hold the brand of OKTAGON. And so we will see these activations more and more together with RTL for sure. And regarding the arena, every arena which has the closing roof, the stadium, it's a potential arena for us. We know about that. We look on these places and planning in next months, years.
We don't have so many where you can close the roof. So
that's why it's so rare, and it's for us. It's definitely like something that we are looking up to. So there's a big chance.
I will just add that there's also arenas without roof, which already call us, and we are also open to that. We are doing it in Prague, so the roof is nice, but not the most important thing on the life. And I just want to add that there was a bunch of footballers between the viewers today, and definitely we sell the ticket to a lot of footballers from Leverkusen, but then they move their football match for tomorrow because of Hoffenheim playing UEFA League, so they have to cancel it, but otherwise they would be here. So it's nice to see them.
Hallo, guten Abend, Kim von Inside the Cage. Ich hätte als allererstes eine Frage an Cihat Akipa. Cihat, wir haben dich mit der Punisher-Maske
Question for Cihat Akipa.
Können wir das in Zukunft von dir öfter erwarten? Ist das jetzt ein neues
We saw you walk out wearing a mask of a Punisher. Is that your new look? Yeah, for sure. You'll see me wearing that more often. I feel like a Punisher. I've always wanted to wear a mask, and it's part of my prep. I want to show that there is a Punisher in me.
Da würde ich sehr, sehr gern dran anknüpfen. Du sagst gerade, du hattest keine vernünftige Vorbereitung.
Let's talk some more about this.
Was hat das mit dir auch mental jetzt gemacht? Zu wissen,
You said that you didn't have a good camp before this. How did that affect you mentally? You said that there were some issues before the fight. Did the camp help you with the pressure? To be honest, I didn't really feel any pressure. I knew that I could find support in my training. I gave it my all. I prepped as well as I could. God was on my side.
Ich weiß nicht, wie das passieren konnte. Ich bin normalerweise sehr vorsichtig bei Essen. Ich habe einen sehr stabilen Magen. Keine Ahnung, wie das passieren konnte.
Usually, I tend to be a more careful fighter. I didn't know how today's problems happened. There were some stomach issues, but my next prep is going to be great, and I just aim to be happy with my performance. I wasn't today, but life goes on.
Kerim, du hast jetzt heute in deiner Heimatstadt Düsseldorf gekämpft.
Kerem, today you got to fight in your hometown. Did you feel any pressure knowing that all of these people were going to watch you, or did it motivate you? It was weird how relaxed I was. No pressure at all. The first 2 minutes, I was half asleep before I got the jab from my opponent. So I think it motivated me after the fight. As far as the beginning, I didn't know what was going on with me. I did not realize what was happening. It felt like sparring. That's probably because Frankfurt was so big and tonight it was so much smaller. So next time, I guess, make me fight in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Would you say now that Düsseldorf, as far as the atmosphere, was comparable to Frankfurt? No, the atmosphere was way better here. I was almost KO just from the atmosphere alone. Last question. You said that your opponent is very strong, that you had that feeling from the very beginning. Were you surprised about how fast he got into fighting? Yeah, I know that there are a lot of Polish people around me, and those people don't give up. They are so self-confident, as was my opponent. And his style of fighting, his behavior in the cage, that was correct. I gave him such hard punches, but he did not get scared at all.
Von Combat Sports, und zwar wollte ich erstmal Glückwunsch an Dennis für Performance of the Night.
Congratulations, Dennis.
Hast du das Gefühl, dass du
You got the performance of the night.
Weil ich habe deine ganze Karriere
Do you
als
feel
Boxer
like
auch,
people underestimated you?
verfolgt, deine Kämpfe in Amerika. Da hast du einiges
I've
einstecken
been
müssen.
keeping tabs
Und heute
on
hast du
your
auch wieder in der
boxing
ersten Runde
career.
einiges
For
einstecken
example, when
müssen.
you were fighting it in
Findest
the
du, dass deine
US.
Nehmerqualitäten ein bisschen unterschätzt werden?
You managed to do a lot here, and you've been making a name for yourself here. Do you think you've been the underdog more often than not? My dad says that you should never feel too confident and be too invested in what other people say. Do I have an iron brain, an iron mind? I'm not sure. As far as a KO, I've only been KO'd once. The person who gave me that KO is sitting in this room during sparring. But I can't fully rely on my head. My wife and my sister both hate that. They say that I should get a really good hit so that I don't keep overestimating myself. But that's the sport. Question for Lom Ali Eskiev. After the first round, what did your corner tell you? Because I had a feeling that the last minute of the first round, we kind of felt that you were in big trouble, but you came into the second round changed. You dominated. What did your trainers and coaches tell you? Honestly, I don't remember that much. In the first round, I got a really big hit. I had to put myself back together. I went to my corner and I was telling them, yeah, I understand you. I should have acted differently, but there was nothing else for me to do. Max told me something, but I don't remember what exactly. I watched the match afterwards, so I know what happened approximately, but if you ask me right now what they told me, I don't remember. I don't know. Congrats. Last question for Kerem. Kerem, did you feel like in the third round your opponent just wanted to survive? Because he knew that he's just lying there, not being able to find more strength. That's how I felt. It looked like that to me, because you wanted it to end sooner. I always wanted to end soon, but I don't think he was just surviving. I think that his fitness just wasn't there. He needed more stamina. I just gave him so much pressure, and he was just tired. He gave me some hard shots, and that takes a lot of power. In his eyes, I really saw that he was present, that he still wanted it, that he was still dangerous. I knew that I won the first two rounds. I didn't want to pace it too hard. My corner told me, don't risk overly, and I tried to use good moves. Jihad, question for you. In the post-fight interview and at other times, you talked about your win against Schauber. Why and how? Can you explain that? I couldn't just go into the octagon with the Kurdish flag. But I support Kerem, he supports me. There's no politics in our companionship. There's no escalating things. So come bearing your flag, bro. We support it. There's no nation that I would be against. I respect every nationality. This is only about competition and fighting. Us, the Kurdish, we've always been a minority. And that's how I know this means a lot to our nation, having somebody carry that flag into the cage. A lot of Kurdish people actually wrote me afterwards thanking me for doing it. Lom, during the second round, everybody was happy, cheering you on in the audience. Did you take it in? Not really. I was fighting. As soon as they started cheering loud, I was like, what do they want me to do? Do they want me to go crazy? So I did realize that was happening a little bit. But I didn't have space to give it much thought. The audience was loud, I know that. Question for the promoters.
Ich meine, es wurde jetzt exklusiv der Vertrag mit RTL unterschrieben. Inwiefern beeinflusst das vielleicht
You signed a contract with RTL Plus. Does that influence your tournaments?
No, it doesn't have any influence on this. It happens. It's like you can do nothing about it. It can happen in supermarket, it can happen in football, it can happen in our tournament. Some people don't handle 6-hour event, and I think like it was just a short emotionally thing, and it was okay. We got huge people in security. We are taking care about every place, and I believe like it was just a small incident, so quite okay.
Vielleicht mal auf den Gegner von Lom zu sprechen zu kommen. Ich meine, der verdient auch größten Respekt.
When talking about Lom Ali Eskiev's opponent, Vanderlei, I just want to say big respect. Hats off to you for deciding to take the place of the original opponent. Are you planning on offering him a contract at OKTAGON?
Yeah, I believe, like I said it already inside the cage, that performance was huge. It was unbelievable. Like I know that he's a really good fighter, but I didn't expect what I saw that first round and also in the second. But you have to saw that fight again. And Lom Ali changed his fight with those calf kicks. It was the turnover in the fight, yeah, the calf kicks, because then he didn't have his leg, and Lom Ali was clever enough to understand that this is gonna be the way how to win. Yeah, it was not those punches; it was the calf kicks who turn over the fight, and Vanderlei was just amazing today, and I believe in 61 kilo. Crazy motherfucker. Okay, it's the last one. Yeah, or last two. Okay.
Staying with the promoters, I talked to Pavel yesterday, and we talked about how important this event is to set the tone for 2025. So after the event now, how has this set the tone for a 2025 that could be amazing for OKTAGON?
I was predicting 7 finishes. It was 8 in the end. But it doesn't matter how many finishes you got. It matters if people are happy with those fights and if you see the performance. And I believe that card was, Miss Telly. Yeah, who could have believed that this, I won't say girl, housewife with 3 kids will finish Sarah Smajic. Yeah, so unbelievable from the bottom to the top. And we are very happy that we can give a chance to young upcoming talents or older upcoming talents. With Dulatov 16-second finish in his second fight. He's got 2 fights and altogether is less than 1 minute. Many others. So it was still growing up. First defeating from Federico. Zolea brothers did crazy job. So yeah, I think it was the perfect start of the 2025, and we are very proud on our performance as OKTAGON brand and also on performance of our fighters.
Thank you. Question for Vanderlei. Your first time fighting with OKTAGON, we spoke yesterday as well, and you said how excited you were for this opportunity. Now that the opportunity has happened, how was the experience fighting for OKTAGON?
First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. Was too much emotion inside the cage for me. First time that I lose 3 consecutive times now, and was too much emotional. But I know, when I accept this fight, I know who I am. I know how hard I train every time, every day, what I do to get better every time. And I say, oh, let's go. This is a big opportunity to get a contract with a big organization. And I will be there, and I will do my best. I will let my best for myself and for everybody watching, because this show is not for me. This show is for all you. And so the guys that care for the fighters, oh, I like so much. I appreciate a lot how you care the fighters, and thank you for this opportunity.
I just want to add that a lot of fighters are scary to lose 2 or 3 times in a row. But also we in Octagon MMA, we want to break this rule, you know, because in MMA there's like somehow rule that after 3 fights you are fucked up and nobody counts with you. And we count with every fighter who performs, who try to be a good fighter, who wants to be a brand fighter, like I would like to say. And after 3 losses in a row, I don't care. Like we saw it today. Like you can jump back, and I count with him in Octagon now, so he wants to, we will sign the contract and we will give him definitely chance in his weight category, and then we will see something special, I believe.
Question for Mate. You talked about your wedding being 2 weeks after the Eden show. How would your future wife and fiance feel about you at the wedding with a potential black eye or any damage on your face?
I think she's used to it. Like she knows me like this, and it's my life, so it's my job, and for me it's just I want to enjoy the wedding, so it can be with some bruises, but I want to eat, I want to drink, and I want to enjoy it.
And how would winning the Tipsport Gamechanger tournament change your career in terms of not the monetary thing, but the achievement of winning the tournament?
It will be absolutely the biggest thing in my career, and it's a lot of good names in the Tipsport Gamechanger. So I think if I will win it, so you will get very high in the world rankings, and I would be so proud to represent Czech Republic and be the first winner of the Tipsport Gamechanger from Czech. So it would be also the big thing.
And a similar question for Karim then. How would this fight or winning the Tipsport Gamechanger affect your legacy? You've already won the title in this division, but winning the Tipsport Gamechanger maybe is an additional thing, right?
Also ich denke, ja doch schon was Größeres, glaube ich.
I think it would be a great moment for me. It would be a change when you have to fight such great names. It's something completely different.
How do you feel about fighting
It's something amazing.
4 times in 1 year?
Ist gut, so bist du immer im Fight-Modus.
To fight 4 times in 1 year, it's great. You know, you keep moving forward, you're focused.
Deswegen heute zum Beispiel war ganz easy für mich.
When you're having a year-long break, you're out. For me today, it was maybe too easy, but next time I'll definitely have fun. I'll give it my best.
2 questions for me. Erste Frage an Lomali. Gratuliere zu deinem Sieg.
2 questions. Question for Lom Ali. Lom Ali, you won, and the tipping point were the calf kicks. That's what gave you the victory. But we saw the pressure building up. Did you feel the same? Did you feel more pressure? When I was younger, my coach, Max, told me that for a fighter, it's a sort of an art when you can increase the pressure. I work with my coach, Max. He's the best coach in the world. I've worked with him for 10 years, and I had to show my character, I had to get back to the game, and I increased the pressure even more. I knew that I was just not doing well, but I went on and on. Even without the calf kicks, the pressure was the key. Thanks. And the last question for Kerim Engizek. Congratulations. I saw you in Frankfurt fighting Kinzel. I think that we can see your aura. You enter the cage, and the atmosphere is undoubtedly amazing, but you immediately realize that you are there. You can see your aura, you can see your energy. Everyone knows, everyone feels what will happen. I think that it was the same for the fight with Kinzel. Was it the start of this aura? Definitely, I'm more self-confident. I proved something to myself. Maybe I overestimated him. I think I could have ended him much earlier on. I think I really grew as a fighter after the last match. It was a difficult match, but it definitely pushed me, and I went up thanks to it. I said you can really take on anyone. You can fight anyone. There can be a good wrestler, there can be a good and strong fighter with good fitness, but I said I'll make anything work. Well, yeah, thanks, but thanks for the compliment. Good luck for you. A question for Cihat Akipa. You said you would like to fight again, you would like to have a rematch. Physically, you are very strong in this fight. Definitely, I want a rematch, I want to fight again. Last time it was a short notice fight for me, even though I haven't had MMA trainings for a while. Now it's completely different for me. I'm prepared much better, and that's why I want a rematch. I hope that Andre will allow this. I think the fight would be interesting as well. I think my fights are in general interesting. I think they're cool for OKTAGON as well.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. We will see you in 3 weeks in Třinec. Tipsport Gamechanger will continue, and then we will come back to Stuttgart. You are invited.
OKTAGON is bringing the much-anticipated battle for the Flyweight Championship title to Třinec.
And again, I said it!
Featuring 2 of Europe's greatest MMA flyweight fighters going head-to-head.
And the shot's coming! Oh! His head is out!
Flyweight champion Sam Creasy.
This is not an MMA fight, this is sci-fi.
And the seemingly unstoppable Division Number 1, Benno Adamia. 6-time champion and OKTAGON legend David Kozma will return to his place of birth. 9 months after his battle at the Eden Arena, he has a chance to open up a new pathway to recapture the throne. But his opponent wants to send him crashing down. Will Robert Pukac destroy his dreams, or will Pink Panther gain a much-anticipated victory? 3 fights in the opening round of the 3rd season of the Tipsport Gamechanger tournament. Milos Petrashek will defend Czech soil against British champion Mick Stanton. In a clash between North and South, former interim champion Vavazhirniak will go head-to-head with the man with iron fists, Marek Mazuk.
This is unreal!
And the Greek warrior, Andreas Michaelides, will face off against South African debutante, grappling expert, Mark Hoom. Experience Europe's greatest MMA League of Champions. OKTAGON 67, Creasy vs Adamia. February 22nd, Work Arena, Třinec. Watch live on oktagon.tv.